Manifesting Business Success, My Personal Journey. Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths, and I'm a great believer in manifesting and creating business success by really looking at what you want to create, turning into a vision in your mind, believing it's possible, and then seeing it play out. And knowing that when you step onto kind of like, it's like one of those, one of those elevators where things just flow and you move along at the airport, those moving walkways. And I feel like when you step onto that paradigm where the world opens up to you and you're in alignment, you just flow and everything just opens up and it's possible for you. So how do you do that? Especially when you're in a place where you feel stuck and frustrated and just kind of angry with the world. And I've definitely been in that place before. I've definitely been where I just felt like nothing's working. I feel really frustrated. I'm exhausted. I'm drained. I'm burned out. And I'm just tired of it all. And I think during the pandemic, I was at that place. I had learned to manifest and I learned to meditate 20 years ago. So I've been doing meditation for many, many years. But sometimes I would dip in and out of it. And I think at that particular point, I was in the kind of hustle, really kind of masculine energy of pushing and striving and trying to make it work and trying to make it work. And I was working on some joint ventures which really weren't in alignment with me. And really, while they were great ideas and they were really wonderful on many levels, my ego was being driven to do them rather than it being soul-led and rather it being like this infinitely beautiful connection. And I felt like there were some red flags that I didn't want to do them, but I didn't want to say no because I didn't want to let people down. And actually, and I hate this word should, but I should have just walked away because I knew, inherently I knew, but I was scared to. And I didn't want to let people down. I didn't want to let my husband down and various other people. And so I stayed with it. And I got to a point where I was really ill with COVID and I had some Reiki. And the Reiki just opened me up. And it really enabled me to just start connecting with those spiritual downloads and start just stepping into my feminine energy. And I started sort of mid 2020. I definitely went into 2020 feeling like I want to get back to my feminine energy. And what happened was this unforeseen roller coaster where I really stepped into my feminine energy and I became much more spiritually aligned. But because I became more spiritually aligned, lots of things had to fall away because of that process, whether it was my marriage, whether it was just businesses that I was involved in, the way that I was running my business. And it's been that evolvement ever since. And I feel like I'm just kind of coming out of this whirlwind. And so while it's not an easy process to go through, at times it's really difficult. Actually, when you're in alignment and you're on that path where things flow, life is so much better. And, you have to shed things and that can be difficult. But the shedding of things, it's almost like, I was just listening to a meditation from Reiki Rachel, and I'm going to talk about meditation in a moment. But it's almost like she said, it's like when the caterpillar is going to become the butterfly, they wrap themselves up in the chrysalis. So they sort of hibernate and become goo. And in the same way, we have to go through this chrysalis and this transformation in order to evolve. But we have to get stuck in the sticky, messy middle. And that can be sticky and difficult. But what evolves is so beautiful. And so know that when you step into that alignment, everything opens up for you. But you have to be prepared to make that leap, to make that first step into the alignment that you want. So how do you do that? Well, I think I just gave you one big clue, which was Reiki. I found Reiki really helpful for me to open me up and put me on a path of alignment. And so I practice many different modalities, and I'll go and see people, but Reiki, sometimes going to see different healers, past life regressions, have all opened me up in different ways. And I'm really very open to that. And I love going to see people to help me channel different spirits, getting guidance from spirit guides, but also meditation. And I think meditation is really where I started on my journey. And I learned to meditate with beautiful Buddhist nuns in Burma in actually 20 years ago. I was going to say 19 years ago, but 20 years ago. And I spent 6 weeks meditating with them, and it was the most beautiful experience. It was very basic, living in, it was rainy season, there were lots of mosquitoes, and I was wearing pink robes and lots of mosquitoes all around and basic food, but it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. And, I think when you simplify and when you just cut out the noise and you still the noise and you just step into you, who you really are at your essence, that's when you have the most beautiful clarity. That's when you listen to your inner guidance rather than the noise around you. And so meditation has really been powerful in helping me with my business, helping me to be more creative, to come up with ideas that are in flow and really work for me. And so I would say that meditation is probably one of the best ways for your creativity to get your ideas and your inspiration, rather than needing to hire a bunch of people and for different noise and different people to tell you what to do. You are your own inner guidance, your own inner wisdom. But also, when you're in alignment, everything just flows. It's so much easier when you're in alignment. And so stepping into that alignment comes from the meditation. So meditating once a day and being really, really disciplined with it and doing it every day, day in, day out. I was talking to my brother, and my brother has not been spiritual at all, and he's got into meditation in the past year, and he really has practiced it consistently every single day. And it's so interesting to hear him now. And we were talking about business, and I was talking about some challenge I had, and he said, "Oh, you just need to meditate more." And it was so funny coming from my brother, who's not that kind of person. He's very alpha and driven and does Ironman competitions, and what I'm saying is that we can all tap into our feminine energy, whether we're male or female. It's tapping into that flow and that abundance that is within us all. And when we're in that paradigm, everything just flows. So some other ways that I want to share with you. So another thing that I do is journaling. So this is one of a dream book. Now this is an old dream book I have, and I love this. So this is like my 2021 one, and I love looking back on them. It's wonderful to look back and see how I've evolved and grown. But when you start writing down your thoughts and your inspiration, that's really helpful, and it's so great to get that clarity. But what I really love is I do a meditation by Gabrielle Bernstein that is about literally sort of automatic writing. And I do the meditation, it's breath work and meditation, and then I literally start writing, and I'm channeling. I'm not even thinking about what I'm writing, I'm just channeling. And from this, I've had the most incredible ideas, business ideas, course ideas that have come from me channeling. And I really think this is like such an amazing way, such an amazing practice within your business that you can tap into. It's you and a piece of paper and a pencil, but the ideas and the voices that I get are just filled with so much wisdom and guidance and the best ideas. And everything's easy that flows from that. Like things just evolve, and it's like opportunities and clients and people pop up, and you're like, oh yeah, great. Whereas it removes the striving and the pushing and the hustle and that kind of really masculine energy. Another thing I love is I have a dream tin. And so I will, and it's kind of similar, it was challenged open. It's kind of similar to my dream jar as well. And so I basically have just little things that I want to achieve, things that I want to do, and I write them on, and or little lovely, you know, messages, notes to myself. I'll bring one out, and let me get one that's, I'm gonna find one here. And so this one, I change myself, I change the world, by Gloria Anzalud. And I don't know her name, sorry, I'm butchering it. And, you know, another one, let's have a look at this. Be your own storyteller. And so what you can do is you write these little messages to yourself. You write down your dreams and your inspiration, and you just pop them in here. And then you can, so Dr. Tarai Trent did this, and she just buried her dreams, and her dreams came true. And the same with the dream jar. And it's when we write down our goals and our dreams that they become possible. So it might be whether it's your dream tin, it might be a vision board. So I've got a video on vision boards. I love to create a vision board at the start of each year. I do it with my son, and we put up our vision of what we want to create, what we want to do, what we want to, where we want to travel to, what we want to see, the people, places we want to go to, the kind of life we want to live. And we step into that feeling and that excitement. And then as the year evolves, it becomes possible. And all of these are really ways of harnessing your imagination, harnessing that power within, your intuition within, so that you can create the kind of life that you want to live, the kind of dreams and possibilities that you know are infinitely possible for you, but sometimes you have been too scared to step into. And now is your opportunity. Now is the time for you to create something that is beautiful and magical and possible for you. I can't wait to hear how you get on. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, I share loads of videos about helping you build a spiritual-based business that really steps into your flow, and would love you to stick around. Please press subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye bye.